The whole thing is the cerebellum.
Yes.
So then what line is this? Transverse. Transverse. Remember, it separates the cerebellum from what lobe? Occipital, and what lobe is up front? Up front. That wasn't a trick question. Thank you, Patricia. Frontal lobe. Okay, now there's a hole right here. What ventricle? Lateral ventricle. What do we call, what's not visible to any great extent, but the upper whitish, what was whitish area? Corpus callosum. When you see this on the lab, you're going to see two bumps. One there and one there. This is the spinal cord. What's the first lump? Medulla. What's the second lump? Pons. Okay.
And then this would be the midbrain, right?
That would be the midbrain. Now this didn't come out too cool, but there is a hole there.
That's the fourth. Oh, that's
Fourth ventricle, right? Fourth ventricle. Would you grab me half of that?
It's between the cerebellum and the pons?
Yes. All right. And this is the fourth ventricle here. Well, this is a left and a right, but anyway, fourth ventricle, cerebral aqueduct, cerebellum, transverse fissure, corpus callosum, can't see it too well, but the top here is corpus callosum. Remember, this is a sheep brain, this is a human brain. Who's going to have more connections between the left and the right? I hope you're going to say the human. I hope you're going to say the human brain. I don't know. Oh, stop! Sexual harassment in my class. I love it. Don't poke me. What hole is here? Lateral ventricle. What's the name of this little brown guy here? Intermediate mass of the thalamus. Here's the same thing on the sheep brain. Look, it's 5 times bigger.
Oh, is it?
All right, it's a lot bigger. Yeah. They're a lot bigger inside of sheep. Who depends more on being able to sense the environment to survive? You or the sheep? The sheep does. All right. Another thing is, along with the sense of smell that we mentioned before, this is what nerve?
Optic nerve.
You're supposed to know it. Olfactory. Which senses what? Smell. Now look at the size of the olfactory nerve on the sheep. Yours is nothing. I mean, this thing is 3 times as large. Again, it's larger because they depend more on smell. So, can you pick out the olfactory nerve? Say yes.
Yes.
Is everybody's different? Like with yours could be bigger than mine?
No, they're all basically the same.
This is your optic.
I'm getting there. Yeah, you're right. It's all right. Can I have your whole brain, please? Just bring it over here. Yeah, that's okay.
Do you want me to video?
Just drop it off there. Okay. Now, you asked me about that other thing, right? All right. This is the olfactory bulb. Right. This is the olfactory bulb. This is the olfactory bulb. This is the olfactory bulb. We had mentioned this the other day. There's like an X there. All right. The cranial nerve. This is where one of the eyes fits. This is where the other eye fits. And there's an extension, the optic nerve, that goes back here. But where they cross is called the optic chiasma. Now it sounds like CH, but it's pronounced with a K. All right. Know this: cranial nerve number 2, oculomotor. I'm sorry, optic. Excuse me, optic. Cranial nerve 1, olfactory. All right. So this might be out there.
The olfactory is on one side and something.
Olfactory is here.
Oh, okay.
Optic is here.
Oh.
All right.
Is
Where they cross. Now this is going to be on your test. So here you go. It's we can see it. Now you can't. Well, you can. There's a line right there, and there's a line. Well, kind of right there. Yeah. What is it? Central sulcus. Yeah. So then what lobe does this have to be? Then what lobe is this? Then what lobe is back here? Then what line is this? Transverse fissure. What part of the brain is this? This is cerebellum. Let's turn it over. Who do we have here? Olfactory. Who do we have here? Optic. We got a big bump right here. Pons. We got another bump right there. Medulla. Who's this guy at the end? That's the spinal cord. Now there is something called the mammillary body. You see this little whitish area? That's the mammillary body. That's the mammillary body. So it sounds like you guys know the sheep brain top and bottom. Top and bottom. Oh, there's one thing I forgot. The name of this line here? Longitudinal, which is it a sulcus? It's a fissure. It's deep. A fissure is deep. A sulcus is shallow. Now this brain is showing something that hasn't been on any one of the others. There's a gland right here. It's involved in the endocrine system. Pituitary gland. This is the only one I've seen that shows it so far. Is the pituitary gland. These are the trigeminal nerves, but you don't have to know that. I think the only two nerves I had on your notes was optic and olfactory, right? Yeah, those are the only two. No, this is the trigeminal nerve. We'll do that in the next chapter. Okay, while we're here, you can have your brain back. Let's take the half.
Where's the pituitary gland on
right there.
On the,
it's not here.
Oh, is that going to be in test?
It is, but we'll have to find a brain that has it. Okay, guys, here's your lab test. Who's this guy here?
Pons.
That's the pons. What's this guy here? Intermediate mass of the thalamus. What's this guy up top? Corpus callosum. There's supposed to be a hole right here. Lateral ventricle. What ventricle is this? Fourth ventricle. What do we call this tube? Cerebral. A third is going to be down in this area over here. Okay, this whole thing is the cerebellum. This white stuff is arborvitae. This line right here, transverse what? Fissure. This deep line here, central sulcus. This line over here, no, goes parieto-occipital, right, all right. This line over here, that's the lateral sulcus, okay. So then what lobe is this? Occipital. What lobe is this? What lobe is this? What lobe is this? I mean, there's 10 points just on lobes and sulci and fissures and everything else.
Is this whole lab going to be PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Is this like written or?
No. Well, you'll have an answer sheet, and you'll be looking at the screen.
Oh, okay.
You'll have the PowerPoint.
Like filling the.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you have the words.
No. The words are in your brain.
Okay.
Memory, we talked about it today. Association fibers. Anyway, yeah. Will I ask you the pre-central or post-central gyrus? I could, sure. I could. Yeah, that's no problem. Okay, we went through the model, we went through the half sections and the sagittal sections, we went through the sheep brain.
Fornix?
The fornix is probably something I'm not going to ask you. It's just beneath the corpus callosum. It's relatively small. You can hardly see it on the sheep brain. It's right here. It's right here. It's right there.
We're not actually going to have a sheep brain to look at.
You're going to have slides of the sheep brain. If these guys took good pictures, and then I'm giving them to me today, then yes, the dissection is good. I already have pictures of these things on your lab.
Yeah, I saw
it.
So you must know the brain, sheep brain and the human.
Huh?
Video on YouTube.
Yeah, if I can figure out how to do it. I just now learned how to operate it. So yeah, I do.
I don't know if I have that as one of my PowerPoints.
Well, I think more on that one.
Yeah.
There's one where I didn't know what it
Well, show me what it was, and I'll tell you what it was. Okay? Because there's only 5 or 6 things I'm going to ask you. Obvious things. Where? The pons is here. You're not going to see the medulla because it's not there.
We put our brains back in the buckets when we're done?
Yeah, when you're all done, guys, I'll come over and help you if you want me to. We got 7 minutes. But when you're done, rinse these trays out. Rinse them out and stack them. Who needed help?
I got your 14.
Oh, then, okay. I'll do it again. Can I have those sagittal and coronal sections without dropping them over here, please? Everything is rinsed out. The brains go back in the bucket. The brains go back in the bucket. Brains go back in the bucket. You want to make sure, now you don't, you be careful. So I'll take it. You want a picture of this side, because this is the side I'm going to be asking you questions on. Would you bring that tray down?
This?
Yeah. I just, they don't have to dry. Just, crisscross if you can, you know what I mean? Yeah. Right over here. Come on up. You got 6 minutes. What's up?
What? Yeah, I've got pictures.
We're doing it right now, sure. Yeah. If I can get them, they're going to be there. I always pick you up.
Usually has like a picture of a
Just
projector.
stand out. You won't have anything blurry. It won't be on the table.
Okay, so you
All
have
right?
a camera picture.
Can you do this one first? Because
trying
it's the
to.
only thing I didn't get
Okay.
on the film.
Those of you who are about to leave, I need 8 microscopes taken down and put away with the slides up front here, please. Anything on that last 3 tables needs to go away. Okay. All right. Both of these are going to be on there. Monday, 11 o'clock, I'll be right here. I'm going to put as many models as I can in the library today. You can go down and take a look at them. Okay, we've got a coronal section, we've got a sagittal section, right? These are the questions I'm going to ask you, and I want you to think. What part of the brain is this? Cerebellum. Well, the white is called the arborvitae, you're correct. But what lobe? This is the cerebellum. If that's the cerebellum, then what line is right here?
The parietal occipital?
Nope.
Occipital parietal?
Nope. What line separates the cerebellum from the cerebrum? Transverse fissure. So that's got to be the transverse fissure. What holes are these? They're the same as these 2 holes. Lateral what? Ventricles. Okay. There's some blood capillaries inside these ventricles. What's the name? Choroid plexus. Very good. You've got a line right here. Who is it?
Lateral?
Nope. Right here. Right. Longitudinal what? Fissure. You got it. Okay. There's a round structure right here. That's the pons. Let me think. Okay. You've got a little piece of thin skin separating these ventricles. Who is it?
Hornet? Is that right there?
Separates the 2 ventricles. And this is going on YouTube. I'm so embarrassed. Anybody? Anybody?
Relieve us of our agony.
No. I'm not going to tell you. It's going to be on your lab test.
So tell us so we won't get a rapid corpus.
Nope. 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 We'll come back to it. What's this white fuzzy stuff up top?
Dura mater.
Nope. Fuzzy stuff. Arachnoid. Okay, it's what hole is this over here? Lateral ventricle. What's this big C-shaped thing?
Corpus callosum.
Corpus callosum. If this is the cerebellum, what part of the brain is this?
Occipital.
If that's the occipital lobe, what lobe is this?
Frontal.
If that's the occipital lobe, what line is right there? Parieto-occipital.
Fissure.
Or is it a fissure or sulcus?
Sulcus.
You better check it out. All right.
Can't tell if it's deep or
Then
not.
what lobe is up here? That's parietal. You see this line? This line is separating the frontal lobe from the parietal lobe. Who is it? Central sulcus. Very good. Okay, this round structure here is the same as this round structure here. That's the pons. Here's another piece of that thin skin separating the 2 ventricles.
Yeah. Fornix, right?
Nope. 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 I heard it. Septum. Septum pellucidum. You got it. Thank you.
I said so.
Now, here's a tough one. You got a line coming in here and a line coming in there. Lateral. Nope. Sulcus. If that's the lateral sulcus, what lobe does this have to be? Temporal lobe. Okay. Here we go. Let's go to this brain.
Am I in your way?
That's
What
okay.
line do we
I've already
got here?
this part.